Hey everyone, either welcome back or welcome to my channel, and in today's video, I want to talk about what it's been like dealing with this cold, having IIH. And it has not been a fun experience, I can tell you that. Before we get too far into any more details, time for the intro.
Hey everyone, my name is Ashley Stewart. Back in 2018, I was diagnosed with IIH. The long form of this name is called idiopathic intracranial hypertension. Some of you may also know this condition by its older names, either pseudotumor cerebri or benign intracranial hypertension. So if you're curious to learn more about what it's like to live with this condition, or what those of us living with this condition would like you to know, then I strongly encourage you to watch on. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell down below so that you get updated about further videos. I upload new content every Monday and Thursday afternoon.
I never expected to be making a how I dealt with a cold with IIH because I honestly didn't think it would be that bad. What I was really worried about when I originally got diagnosed with this condition was my sinuses getting plugged, because I have gotten sinus headaches before in the past when my sinuses get really, really blocked. This happened this time too, but my sinuses weren't quite as badly affected as my chest. I don't actually know if I've talked about this with you guys, but I know I have mentioned it before, but I don't know if I've talked about it. So I still basically get very nervous when I get anything in my chest because I have a history of asthma when I was little. And honestly, it reminds me of that feeling of what it's like to not be able to breathe. So having this cold hit my chest has been a reminder of basically what used to happen every time I used to get a cold when I was little. A very, very heavy chest. I've been keeping an eye on it because if it gets to a certain point or doesn't start improving by a certain point, I'm going to have to go to a doctor. But right now, it's slowly improving. So it's just taking a little bit of time and all of that. So if my voice sounds terrible, that is why. I'm hoping that the microphone is picking me up because it is very hard to talk. But I want to talk about what it was like dealing with this cold with IIH because it was not fun. Because I'm on prescription medications, I will not take anything over the counter unless I've been specifically given permission by a doctor to do so, or by a pharmacist, basically. So I know I can take Tylenol, and I know I can take ibuprofen because I've had to in the past and have gotten that approved. This is the first time since 2017, actually, October of 2017, that I've had a cold. It's been a long time. So, yeah, it, it hasn't been fun, and it's been one of the worst colds I've had in recent memory, to be honest, which, again, a couple of years, so probably anything I'm going to say is the worst. Some of the things that I've been doing is, so I use Vicks Vapor Rub. If I announce any names in this, nothing is sponsored. Another thing is something that I've learned from one of my favorite YouTubers, and to be honest, I was quite skeptical about this, but I was desperate for something, so I decided to try it. And also, I don't like drinking hot beverages. So, I don't drink coffee. I don't normally drink tea. I very rarely drink hot chocolate. Basically, I'll drink hot chocolate if I'm cold. So, one of the things that one of my favorite YouTubers suggests is green tea with honey when you have a cold. To my surprise, it actually helped. I usually have one in the morning and one in the evening. It helped with the congestion mainly, and seemed to help with my nose too. And then just resting as much as possible. So I've been doing a lot of self-care this week. Unfortunately, my meditations have been taking a little bit of a setback because you got to be able to breathe properly and focus on your breath without getting distracted with that. And getting sick is not ideal. I'm hoping to be able to resume that soon, though, because my nose is much better than it was. And that's where I focus on. Hopefully, by the end of the weekend, I'm back up to my normal amount of meditation. But yeah, that's kind of been a little annoying. I have been doing 10 minutes on the days where I think that I'm pushing it a little bit. So I haven't missed a day yet, but I've only been doing the minimum amount. So just the daily meditation on the app that I use. Unfortunately, not able to work out just because the cold has hit my chest, and any amount of exertion when I get stuff in my chest makes me start really struggling to breathe. So I have to wait until my chest clears up in order to get back to working out. I'll keep you guys updated. I'll post in the comments down below how my week went. So there was one night that I had, the other night actually, I had the strangest runny nose I've ever had. And I got a little bit scared, to be honest. My nose has never ran like that in my life, basically. It really reminded me of one of the symptoms that can happen with raised pressure, which is called rhinorrhea, which is when you have a fluid coming out of your nose. It hasn't happened since. And one of the other things I've been noticing is a lot more pulsatile tinnitus than what I normally have. If this is what I got with a cold, I can't imagine getting the flu. Thanks for bearing with me on my voice for these couple of videos. I wanted this to be quite authentic. I just want to say, oh, I just got over a cold and not have the sounding like my throat is completely plugged up sound or my voice is so low, whatever. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. And as for now, that's it for today. Bye, everyone.